All right, today we're going to be talking about Mad Max. But before I start, I want to say if you enjoy this video, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button along with the bell so you know if anything new is coming along. I don't post something every week, but I do whenever I can, so you never know when it's coming. So click that bell so you know. Anyway, on to the game, Mad Max. This game was originally released in 2015. Now, I never played this game in 2015 because I thought it was going to be a play along with the movie kind of game. I thought it was going to either be you play the movie story or you're going to play something that's linked to the movie. And anyway, I just don't have a lot of faith, so to speak, in games that are tied in the movies. Maybe because they don't usually work out as well as you would like them to. But anyway, on top of that, I really thought that the setting was a desolate wasteland, and I kind of thought, so like, what are they going to have you do within that wasteland that's really going to be that interesting to really pull you in? Don't get me wrong, I love the Mad Max stories. I'm a big fan, without a doubt. I just didn't know how well it would translate to a game, number one, and I was really discouraged because I thought it was a movie tie-in. But so it turns out that the game does have its very own standalone story. You see, a few weeks back, I was watching Fury Road, probably for the second time ever, and then I just happened to be online and I seen the game itself on sale, so I decided to download it just for the factor of having it in the backlog because you never know. One day I might just sit down and just mess with it for the absolute fun of messing with it. Well, I did that already, and it turns out that this game is great. Um, it is a desolate wasteland without a doubt, and you can. I'm sorry, it can seem empty. It really can seem empty, but not only does it still look great in 2021, the game world is much more entertaining than I expected. Let's put it that way. There's a lot more going on. I mean, look at it. You're driving along the desert, and there's nothing there. I thought in the past, oh my God, what are you going to do in this? And it seems like there. I'm sorry. It turns out that there's a lot to do. So that's cool. I'm not going to go into details on everything that you have to do. This is an older game. If you want to know certain details about it, you can look other places. But I didn't have any of that foreknowledge going into the game. I just had my very own expectations. And because I never touched the game in the past, I actually forgot about the game. So I had forgotten about it completely until just recently. Anyway, once again, the game still looks good. And listen, I'm playing it on an Xbox One S. So this footage is on an Xbox One S. I'm looking to get that Series X at some point in the future whenever it becomes available under $1,000. So anyway, if you play it, of course, if you play this game on either the S or the X, the Series S or the Series X, it's probably going to look better, maybe even run a little better. So that would be a nice little bonus if you've already got one of those pieces of hardware to run this game on. The story, now I'm not going to go deep into this story, but I am going to say that the story is something that works in the world of Mad Max. Okay, so if you try to place that story in the world of today, of course it's going to seem a bit ridiculous, but in the world of Mad Max, in this desolate future that they live in, the story works great. Now, it may not blow your mind, but it does set up Max for the adventure that he has to go on, which is great. It works out just right. Now, along the way, I'm going to talk a little bit about the game itself. Now, we're going to say that I'm going to say that along the way, you get to upgrade Max's skill set. Now, this can be various fighting moves with different levels of strength and effectiveness, depending upon what type of enemy it is that you're fighting against, because different enemies require different tactics or a different skill to go up against them in order to effectively defeat them and take them out. Now, along with the skill sets, Max has also 10 different abilities that will upgrade. Now, each of those 10 abilities can upgrade 10 times a piece. Now, this is going to give you some variety to work with while you play the game, because you get to kind of choose which abilities you want to upgrade. You can leave some in the dust, and you can upgrade some to the maximum, or you can go with a nice, relatively balanced approach. Whatever you want, that's the beauty of it. Now, the car itself that Max drives can be upgraded along the way as well. So your car almost becomes like a second character within the game that you're going to actually utilize and play, because you're going to do a lot of battle with this car. So upgrade it as much as you can. Now the car has 18 categories that can be upgraded over time. So that's why I say it's almost like a separate character. You get to really go into depth and upgrade this vehicle. Now you have another character that rides in the vehicle with you who is named Chum Bucket. He is going to be your companion along the way in the game. He essentially is your mechanic, the builder of the car. Now, um, what else can I say? Everything takes scrap. Yes, everything takes scrap if you want it. So some games have gold, some games have silver, or some type of currency. In this game, everything takes scrap to pay for it, right? So pick up all the scraps possible. Now, also, as you free some of the different camps that are around in on the map, you start to receive scraps from them. So it's like, I don't know if it's a tribute or whatever it is that they're giving to you, but you get scraps from them. So you get the scraps that you pick up from everywhere, the scraps that you get when you destroy an enemy's vehicle or whatever it may be, and you get some tribute from these different camps. So the scrap adds up fast, and I never really felt the need to have too much scrap on me at all times. I was always able to get more, find more, and then receive more. Now, the hand-to-hand combat, I have to say, is a lot like the Batman games of most recent years. Now, it is a similar system to the Batman games, but it does have its own original flavor, and I have to say that, and I have to say that with confidence, because the game doesn't feel like you're playing Batman. You know that you're utilizing the same type of system, but there's, like I said, there's enough flavor, there's enough difference into the combat system to where it doesn't get old, and it doesn't feel like you just rehashed the old game or a different game with a new skin on it. Instead of calling it Batman, it's Mad Max. So it doesn't feel that way. It feels fresh. It feels good, and I personally am a fan of the combat system. So I'm happy that they changed it up, though, because just to have a rehash of the same thing would be very boring. Now, one other thing I really want to say about this game, it is the combat that really pulled me into this game, and not just the hand-to-hand combat, because if you were only doing hand-to-hand in this game, it would really get boring fast. It is the car combat. You really get to upgrade your car a lot, and you really get to go far with it. So this game is a blast. So whoever missed this game in 2015, it's an open world action game with RPG elements, I guess you would say. Give it a try. It's like 10, $20, and no matter what, you got PS4, PC, Xbox. It doesn't matter. It's on everything. So go ahead and give it a try. No matter what you're playing, remember, always have fun.